Welcome back to the Mayor's Update, our community forum that encompasses everything that's going on in St. Thomas, from like trivia to updates. And we have a special guest here today, Peter Rocca from Start.ca. He's the SEO. He's also the co-founder. So I'm going to turn it over to Mayor Joe to host this segment, and I'll be in and out throughout to touch base about the trivia questions and any follow-up questions with the audience. So I'll let you take it away.
Perfect. Well, thank you. Hey, Pete, thanks for coming today. This is really quite special for St. Thomas. This last week, since we've been able to announce that Start.ca has been able to purchase the fiber network from Entegrus. But tell us a little bit about Start.ca and where that company came from and how you ended up being, the number one story on Mayor's Update in St. Thomas.
Well, first, thanks, Mayor Joe. I appreciate you having me on the show. And yeah, we're super excited to be being able to do a bigger part in St. Thomas. So what are we? I guess we're an internet communications company. We've been delivering internet services right from the start, back in the dial-up days, for those that remember the screeching and the howling on the phone lines way back then. And I started... I think that's the trivia question, so I won't give that away. But we've been doing this for a while. We kind of evolved through the technology from dial-up through ISDN, DSL, cable, and for the last several years we've been doing fiber. So as you mentioned, we had a big announcement a few days back with mentioning that we're taking over from the work that Entegrus had started in fiber in St. Thomas, and just really expanding on the work that they've been doing to extend it to the rest of the city.
Well, you're a whole corporation out there also in other municipalities, but with the takeover of the acquisition of the fiber network that Entegrus has in St. Thomas, it really gives you a base in fiber in St. Thomas. Tell us what you think that means to us and to Start.ca for the next few years.
Yeah, well, for us, it really made sense. A few years back, we undertook a strategic direction to really focus on the London CMA, which is London, St. Thomas, Stratford, Strathroy area. And when the opportunity came up in St. Thomas, it was a no-brainer for us. We've been doing business in St. Thomas for a long time. We have several thousand customers who are already with us in St. Thomas, and we appreciate all of their business and support. And what we're looking at doing is taking the kind of fiber assets that Entegrus had put out there over the last few years, and St. Thomas Power before them, and really expanding that throughout the city. And so that means you'll see a lot of green trucks, I guess, in the next few years with our crew out there, stringing up fiber and knocking on doors and trying to get people connected to our company. And I think we're kind of known as that friendly provider, and St. Thomas is just that really similar community that just really gels with what we're doing.
Yeah, and as you said, you're not new to St. Thomas. There's many customers in St. Thomas already. My business is one of them, is a Start.ca customer. But and so it's not a name people don't recognize, Start.ca, certainly, as you say, in the London St. Thomas market. But we're happy to see Start.ca out at our home show this last weekend, too, with a booth and answering people's questions. But it must have been quite a surprise. A couple of days after the announcement, they went, "Wow, they're already here and they're already being part of our community." It's great to be there. As the mayor, it's always fun to welcome it. I see Paul Jenkins, head of our Chamber of Commerce, on here saying, "Welcome to the community to you tonight too." It's we're pretty excited when neat, new, good things happen in our community, and how well we can work together. I mean, that's the one thing we found. In my quick life with Start, you're pretty good at community work, so we're pretty happy to see Start's green trucks coming around St. Thomas.
Yeah, no, I think that's a big part of our success in the community, and giving back to the community has always been a part of that. We do a lot of sponsorships. We love live music. I know that Graydon was kind of probing before the show here about some of the opportunities there, but we love to get involved in the community and keep on trucking.
Well, we've got lots of community businesses that love to do that too. So you're in a good group in St. Thomas, and we recognize, as I said, the relationship between us and our London friends also. is not lost anymore. We used to sometimes compete, and now we say what a great area to be in regionally, and in some of the things we're doing from a business point of view and economic and even housing. So to have Start.ca be very popular in London, working very well in that really helps us in St. Thomas also. So, what will it look like? What will it be? How will it make it different?
Oh, Fibre, for those that have the opportunity to be on Fibre already, that I probably can't say anything they don't know. It really is just, it's just the evolution of internet connectivity, the reliability, both for residential and for businesses. On the residential side, you can be, telecommuting, working at home just as fast as you were if you were in the office, of kids with homeschooling. And, for those that have a lot of young kids, they know with the gaming and the streaming and the Twitches and all the other things where the upload is really important. And that's where Fibre really comes in. We're able to transmit or basically receive data from you as fast as we send it to you. And that really makes a big difference, especially with video camera, or not video cameras, but home security video and stuff like that. Those are all things that send data towards the internet or away from your home, and Fibre really just exceeds there. It's not susceptible to the same type of issues with temperature changes or weather or lightning storms. It's just a much more reliable and dependable product that is just a lot faster too.
Perfect, Pete. You mentioned have been doing this for a while. You obviously started this before Fibre and learned how great it is to be where we are today, or what Entegrus started here. And it really isn't their power business. They're an electric provider, and so this sounds like a great marriage where you're accumulating the internet side of their business, and you're an expert entrepreneur on the internet side, and let them carry on being the great utility provider that they are too. It sounds like this is working out for all.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it really is a win-win. There's a lot that goes into operating a network. Entegrus did an amazing job in terms of building a network. The construction standards are great. And a lot of utilities, are really good at construction. The operation is where, it's the tech support, it's the sales support, it's helping people with the routers and modems, setting up the Wi-Fi. There's just a lot that goes into the customer support side. And then on the network management side as well, there's a lot of, bits and pieces and technology behind the scenes that really kind of take that home connection and make it all work, the glue that kind of makes the internet connectivity. So that's something we've been doing for decades and have become really good and well known for us, delivering a really reliable and quality service and being able to support our customers. So we're really excited about being able to do that even more and being able to manage that end-to-end expectation for customers on our Fibre.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you mentioned something there about customer service, and in the mayor's little bit of work in the time since we were able to share with people what was happening with Start.ca in St. Thomas, that's the word I hear the most from customers you already have and customers who you've dealt with is, well, there's a couple of other big companies out there. I can't remember their names right now, but Start.ca has made a fan of a lot of people. It's been the server too. Customer service is big in my heart, but it sure sounds like it is in your company too.
Absolutely. I mean, you can get internet from a lot of places. You don't have to be afraid to pick up that phone and make a phone call, where you think it's going to be a fight when you need some help. So, I mean, just being there and understanding when people are having a tough day, but also being able to go the extra mile. A lot of times we have people have questions. They're not technology experts, and we don't expect them to be. So we just make it as friendly and as comfortable and easy for them, whether or not it's a question of how do they get their cell phone connected to their Wi-Fi, or what kind of equipment they should be looking at. How do they build a mesh network in their home? How do they how do they do whatever, even if it's like get connected to Netflix? That's the kind of stuff that we're great at, and just helping out people and making them feel better at the end of the call.
Mm-hmm. We've just had a question come up in terms of what are your download and upload speeds? Have you been able to get into the Entegrus network and see what they're able to provide at this point?
So yeah, we know what exactly what we'll be able to deliver. We currently offer a gigabit service up and down is our top tier plan on fiber. So it's 1,000 megabits. And that comes in at $90 a month with everything included. So it's a pretty inexpensive.
What?
Yeah.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, a gig up and down for $90, all included. So, I mean, the government adds their tax on top of that, but you don't have to worry about your modem and anything else. And that's what we're looking at bringing across. And for people that might need something a little more modest, we can get them in and around the $55 price for something that, will still run Netflix for them and all the kids and still give them something that, will do the job for a lot of families.
Yeah, and for anyone who doesn't
upscale St. Thomas, I think we're in good hands with Start.ca coming to visit. This is fantastic. So I see. Do you handle? I mean, obviously it's internet, and that's almost all that we're looking for too. But some other providers handle whether it's cable TV and phone service and stuff too. Where does Start.ca begin and end on these things?
Yeah, no, we offer both of those things as well. The only thing we don't do right now is cell phone, but for landlines, absolutely, we provide that type of service as well. And for people that TV with all the sports packages and kids channels and everything else that you'd expect from a TV plan as well. Whether or not that's on our set-top box or whether or not you've got an Amazon stick or other, we're pretty close to launching Apple TV support as well, and being able to get RTV on devices you might already own. So we're pretty close to that, but for the meantime, we have our own set-top box and support a number of these Amazon etc. devices like that.
We just had a question.
Yeah,
we just had a question come in about: do you need a landline to be able to access your services?
So if you're talking about the services we have today, so we do support internet over cable. So anyone that has a cable line, we can deliver services today. There are different speed set and different price set than we're talking about for our fiber. But the fiber is actually the landline that we will be bringing in. So the way that it works is we'll bring fiber directly to the home or to an apartment building and then run fiber if it's an apartment building within the apartment building to connect all the units. And for individual homes or duplexes, etc., it really depends on whether or not we come in off the telephone pole or if we're doing an underground build, in which case we'll do burial, again, up to the home and connect the home. So that fiber becomes that reliable last mile connection that we own and manage end to end, where we can deliver these types of products.
Very good. And when can people actually start calling you to get these services?
So fiber, we're going to start mapping out our fiber development plan. It is a 3-year plan that we have in the works right now to be able to connect all the regions of St. Thomas. People can call us today. Again, like I said, we have thousands of St. Thomas customers today that are using our cable internet service. And we're happy to take those calls anytime. But in terms of when people can start to expect fiber, we're starting to develop those plans. And I think our aim is to try to connect about 500 homes in this first year, and then get all of our permits in and work with the city and work with, the rights of ways to start building out fiber to the rest of the community.
Very good.
And it is about size of demand. I mean, you can do a better and bigger job the more demand there is, and the more, each neighborhood starts to use more of Start.ca. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of advantages. So we do neighborhood to neighborhood. So the way that it really works when we develop or when we build out fiber, it's not really economical to just take an individual address and then run fiber point to point. We really do bring fiber into the neighborhood and then extend it to the homes in there. And again, as our sales team and our construction crews start coming through the area, that's when people will be able to start signing up and seeing and getting realistic dates to when we're able to connect them. And sign up pre-construction. There's always incentives to sign up pre-construction.
Fantastic.
It helps both ends of that equation. Somebody knowing a better service they're going to get, but it also allows you to spread your services faster and better through that construction. So look, if you've just joined us, we're talking with Pete about Start.ca and its recent purchase of the fiber section of Entegrus, our utility commission, our our utility company, and what Start.ca has already been doing in St. Thomas and what they're able to do. So you have questions for Pete or us on that, please do so. And I guess it's time for trivia, isn't it, Graydon?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. All right, so we've got a trivia question from Pete, and then he's going to talk a little bit about Rock the Park, because that is what we're giving away right now. There's
Cool.
2 tickets to Fizz Fest that we have for our viewers that are viewing live right now, and all you have to do is answer this simple question from Pete.
When was Start.ca founded?
So the first person who comments in the comments here, you are going to win. I'll be monitoring that. So maybe, Pete, you can talk a little bit about how you ended up sponsoring John Jones. You're not quite right.
Oh, I don't know. I almost give it to him. Like this date
you'd almost give it to him?
Yeah, I think I'd give it to John Jones here. You know, it's really one of those things in terms of whether or not you talk about like our incorporation date or when did we start providing dial-up service. But you know, I would accept 95 or 96.
So are we going to do this? John Jones wins.
Yeah. As the judge that believes in everybody, I agree that sounds like John got in there quick. And is multi-board communications really where you started too? Is that?
Yeah. It's so again, a long story. I'll try to keep that's incredibly dull. I'll try to keep it really quick. But yeah, multi-board communications. We started back before the internet existed. And that's why, you know, the date is kind of in question. You know, you could actually go back to 91 is a date that, you know, we were providing bulletin board services or BBS services. And that's what kind of existed before the internet. And so multi-board communications was a multi-line bulletin board system. And that's how our name came to be. And that was our incorporated name. And we rebranded because we had too many people asking us, like, multi-word, multi-what? And it just didn't make any sense. So yeah, we became Start.ca, I think in 2005-ish, I think, is when we went through a rebrand.
Well, great. So John Jones is our winner. Great. You'll connect with John to make that happen. Thank you. But so we're giving away a prize here about Rock the Park. Tell us about some of your, what you do from a corporate sponsorship point of view. Also.
Well, I mean, Rock the Park certainly one of the biggest ones that most people know in the city of London. And that one started, I was a participant of Rock the Park many years before a sponsor, and we might have had a couple of too many pops one day. And I remember looking up at the board saying like, hey, wouldn't it be cool to see our name up there? And anyways, work with the Jones brothers. They were really great to work with. And we've been a sponsor since. But we do a lot of work with, various areas. London Knights is another big sponsor. We love working with local sports. We've done work with the London Humane Society. We work with the Upper Thames Conservation Authority. We work with mental health and the Women's Shelter, which is a lot of different areas that our company is passionate about, and we love to work with. So we're really looking forward to the opportunities in St. Thomas as we have more of a footprint, and you start seeing our trucks there as well, and just being more part of the community.
Well, I can see Graydon smiling about that too. But, to steal a phrase from my friend Mayor Holder from London, being involved in the community is the price you pay for living there or doing business there. So, way to go! We're looking forward to that type of relationship here in St. Thomas also.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love going to events. I love taking photos. So like the less I can travel to do that right now, especially with the price of gas, the better, right?
Can you fly your drone to London, or do you actually have to go there in order to? Yeah.
No, apparently, although it's like technically yes, but legally no.
Okay. He's been having a lot of fun with his new drone program too. It's if you don't know Graydon yet, Established Media does just about everything from a media point of view. In a community that truly doesn't have that much solid media, the old style of media. So what Graydon and a little bit us on Mayor's Update have been trying to do for the last 3 or 4 years is talk about the happenings in St. Thomas without it being concrete media, whether it's radio or newspapers. So it's our way of getting the message out. And we found Wednesday nights with the crowd from St. Thomas has been a great way to meet people. So we thought immediately, let's have Start.ca come on and talk about it too. So Matt saying on here how much they enjoyed the home show too. We had look, you may get to know that I just love to talk, and so the home show was basically 36 hours of straight conversation with the folks of St. Thomas, telling them what we're working on next and what we would like to fix next and move forward. And I know that the people probably over at your booth were getting the same thing, although it's maybe more future looking for your side than Mayor. What did you do with and looking back? So Pete, it's great to have you on here. So anybody any other questions? If we get more questions even today after we've let you go, we'll share them with you so that we can answer them on Mayor's Update next week too. Oftentimes the same question comes back a couple of times, and we make sure that the answers get out there. Anything else you want to share about Start.ca and its role in not just St. Thomas, but as a company growing?
Yeah, I mean, we're about 170 people now. Most of us living in the London and St. Thomas area. We've been doing this a long time as we kind of established. We've really found a lot of success by partnering with the community, and like I said, we're really looking forward to doing that. I don't know. I'm not much of a salesperson. I don't like pumping the tires too much, but we have a lot of fun, and we have a lot of amazing people here that take care of our people, and I really appreciate all of them.
Well, and I've seen the same thing with the few people from Start.ca that I've met. As the mayor, obviously I like to get out and say hi, but they seem like a fun group. They seem like they really enjoy working for you. So or working with you, and I always like to put it that way too. What a great way to start and to grow. Because sometimes you've got to put that little bit of extra work in, but if you're growing, it's fun, and you're working with the right people. It's fantastic. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was funny. So Matt, who was helping set up here just as we started the show, I met him at the office here, and he shows up. He's got a golf glove hanging out of his pocket, and he's with a bunch of the Start crew over at a golf tournament this afternoon. So I pulled him away from dinner for this. I do appreciate that, but yeah, we know how to have some fun and still work hard at the same time.
So we've got a couple more questions coming in for you since you're the tech guy. Candace Van Diepen was asking. She said there's a road, Wellington Road. I don't know if that goes down from like London to St. Thomas. She's saying there's a fiber line there, but why can't they access it?
Yeah, great question. I hear this one a lot. Hey, Bella Rogers dropped fiber, past our house or building, 5 years ago. There really is a difference between kind of what are transport lines or distribution lines. So you kind of got transport lines, you got distribution lines, and then you have access lines. When you've got distribution or trunk lines, generally they're like 144 or 288 strands of fiber that are going high capacity, point to point. And it's just quite often the technology that it's a very different technology that is transport gear than is an access network. And so the kind of technology that sends internet to homes and connects, people's modems is just a very different technology. And so the fiber is not connected on the back end to the type of that network. So it's really kind of the distribution and access network that we'll be deploying, and that's where customers are able to connect to the network at that point, and then we're able to deliver the internet to them.
Very good. Well, if you ever do decide to put a line in on Ron McNeil, like you go down Wellington, you turn on to Ron McNeil, and you go a little bit further.
I know that place well. It's I think Nuren's farm up there. Back in the day, we did a lot of rural wireless. And so I was up on top of his silo a lot of times back when I had the harness on. And,
silo, yes.
Yeah. So, I know the area very, very well.
Yeah. So we're with Falcon right now because that's it's very good, but I think fiber would be better. So, I'm looking forward to this expansion. Yeah, no,
I know Jason well too. Great guy that owns Falcon.
Right on.
We all would live in.
Yeah, no, they're very great. Customer service is amazing, but the fiber would just be like next level.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting comments a lot like the one from Candace saying, please come to my area because I'm tired of dealing with the other companies, right? And I think, look, there's room for everybody, but the one that does it best is the one that's going to get the business. So that's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, Peter, thank you so much for joining us this evening. This has been fantastic. It's been fun, and it's also been very informative.
Right. And if we get more questions for Peter, we'll make sure we get the right answers. Graydon and I won't fake it this time and just have answers. We'll honestly get right answers and do it right. So, Peter, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see a lot of you in the years to come as Start.ca and the people of St. Thomas make great relationships.
Thanks, Mayor Joe. Really appreciate it, and thanks, Graydon, for getting me on the show.
You bet. All right. Take care. Have a great evening.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye. So exciting.
Yeah, no, it is great to see great new companies coming to St. Thomas and wanting to do more. And this is a company that's already been in St. Thomas working hard, trying to make a reputation for itself, has made a reputation for itself. Mm-hmm. And now taking over assets from Entegrus is a big deal. So
that's huge. That's huge.
A win-win for all of us. You all know the city of St. Thomas is a shareholder in Entegrus, and we're happy to see the fiber assets going off to a company that will deal with them better. So perfect. Mm-hmm.
It has the technical expertise to handle the customers and the clients and the questions and all that stuff.
Right.
So it's quite exciting.
And John has said it right here. You know, our industrial park is almost completely door-to-door served by fiber now. And we thank Entegrus for getting it to that point and now taking over with a great company like Start.ca on it too. So perfect. Any other questions you have for Start.ca, let us know, and we'll pass those on and get your right questions. Great. We had a lot going on in this community right now.
What?
I recognize you're in Montreal having fun, and we want to honor your time. So we want to get to a few things. I was not at council this Monday for the first time ever as mayor.
Now, why would you not be at council? I heard you've been at council every single day, this entire time for the past almost 4 years now. Now, how could you just decide not to show up?
Well, a wedding.
Someone got married.
The stepson and new stepdaughter-in-law, I guess, decided Monday was a great day for a wedding, and since I had to walk my new stepdaughter-in-law down the aisle, I said I can let Councillor Clark take over the council for the night. And in reviewing the work that he did and the rest of council did while I was away, I am happy to share the work they got done.
So the building didn't burn down without you there. It's still standing.
No, it worked well. And it wasn't, I worried about a coup. I worried about them taking over and not letting me come back. But
lock the doors.
No, they did a great job. So some neat things that happened at council. I'll quickly go through this. We booked that the street can be closed for the Nostalgia Night car show, and so watch for that. We approved free transit for the seniors in the park picnic on July 13th. If you haven't, if you're my age, you've been to a seniors picnic, but some of you might not. It's a great event in our park. We also approved the closure of the road for the Track to the Future Mural Festival on July 16th. So great spot in downtown St. Thomas where the road will be closed. We'll have some live concerts going on and right near the tourism booth and where some of our new murals are. So we'll look forward to that. We approved the tender award for Pullen Avenue from Alderborough Ave to Elm. So more road construction and great work happening in our community, and received the water pollution control plant capacity policy, or committed to the capacity policy. Council also received an update on the Westlake Evans Park. For those of you who know what that one is, that's the one where the old police station used to be on Curtis and St. Catherine. So that area where the new daycare center is being built, but where the police station used to be is becoming a really nice upscale downtown park, and some of the plans were shown to council at the meeting. So coming along this year, right? We also gave notice that the tax bill that we set way back when we got the budget done early in this year. 2.23%, I think, is the average tax increase for this year. And so that's set. We talked about the Indigenous land acknowledgement and how that will be used at future council meetings. And if you look, you can watch our council meetings every Monday night. We're soon going to allow people back into the gallery at City Hall to watch it, but it's on live streaming at www.stthomas.ca every Monday night. So please tune in and do that. And if you missed it and you want to get this is what we got a really neat keeping track. The city council updates comes out like the day after. It's on your website, our website, stthomas.ca. Please, if you're wondering what happened to council, do it. Margaret, did you say Gary Clark did a good job? Yeah, wait. Okay, what about the regular mayor? How does he? No, never mind. So this information is available for all of you at any time. There's a couple of other neat reports this week. One of them from an annual report from the police department about stats from the whole of last year. Please, it's available on the site or on the police website. Had some very nice people come and give me an annual report about elder abuse. And brought me some balloons too. So it was Future Us, the road back to elder abuse prevention. And so we'll be doing a flag raising for elder abuse on June 15th. And wanted to thank them for coming and visiting the mayor.
You're not raising flags for elder abuse. You're raising flags to prevent elder abuse.
Awareness to prevent.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, that's a better way to put it. Yeah. But the real news today, Graydon, and I did a lot of interviews and stuff today, but over the past number of months, the city of St. Thomas has been working hard to accumulate what we are calling a mega site for industry in the northeast part of St. Thomas. And we were out purchasing the land. 800 acres we're now at. So we thought it was time that we came out and tell people we were doing it. This gives us a heads up, a step up over some other municipalities looking to bring in large mega industrial or economic projects. We've heard of a few recently, whether they're electric vehicle battery plants or whatever they might be. There's a number of companies looking to build these types of facilities, but it's been shown to us that if we need to be ready, we need to have it and have services brought to it all ready to go. So when somebody comes to us to buy a site like that, and we'll of course sell the site to the company that's coming, but we need to have it ready. And it's more of a North American, if not worldwide, competition for these fairly large industrial and economic growth sites. We're talking about a manufacturing site that will employ well over 1,000 people, so more than 1,000 and hopefully up to 2,000 people, and that size of facility. So we've put the land together now to do it. We've had a few visits from some companies looking to, kicking the tires to see if St. Thomas is the right place for them. But as I explained a lot today, sharing this news, we've been looking at the growth of St. Thomas in a very serious way and ensuring that we're growing smartly, that we're building houses, we're bringing in apartment builders, we're doing all we can do from the housing side, that the amenities in our community, whether it's parks and roads or sewers or water, all is keeping pace with that growth, the growth of about 1,000 people a year. But we have also been saying if we don't do that smoothly and well, we won't attract the industry and the jobs for those 1,000 people a year that are coming to St. Thomas. So with this announcement, we now have the ability and land available for the type of large employers that communities our side really need. Once a large employer comes to our community, then many feeder plants and other jobs that go with that. I'm not downplaying at all the great employers we already have, and some of the mega employers too, whether it's Format or any of the other community employers that we currently have, but this will also add to that and make it make St. Thomas's future look a lot brighter and the way it should. So we just wanted to make sure that news got out there today, and I've certainly told that story a number of times today. So And please, we'll take any questions you have. We want for you to share with us or ask us questions on this growth in your community too.
Mm-hmm.
These are the types of investments that we have to make to grow smartly in St. Thomas, and we're willing to make them for the future.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things too is like if it goes into an electrical battery plant, then like it's in a growth industry where like the people that get the jobs are going to be able to have a higher level of income overall, which is kind of the goal.
This is one of the things we shared a number of times today. A bare minimum of 1,000 jobs, that size of facilities, but likely much bigger than that. But also the types of salaries or hourly rates that are consistent with large manufacturers, large automotive manufacturers and such. That's the type of base employers we need in our community. It matches a number that we already have, but we want to do it on a larger scale on this site. And many communities throughout North America, Mexico, and the United States also are preparing sites like this. And so we felt we really need to have one ready. The site that we've picked in Northeast St. Thomas has water and gas and electricity, and there's a rail service that comes into the northeast side of St. Thomas, and we're ready to rock and roll with whoever wants to come take a look at what we have to offer.
No, it's super exciting. I think we've got some babies that are starting to break down here at my place here, so we should probably wrap it up fairly quickly.
Your name? Somebody asked about the old Park and Bowl building. That there's some buildings, the old Pioneer Station and some other that have been torn down along that side of Talbot Street. I can't tell you what business owners are doing with their own buildings till they apply for permits to do it. I don't know the answer on the Park and Bowl building, which is a fairly solid open building. It may not be a bowling alley, but it could be other things. So I can't answer that question. We'll ask again at planning this week, have they applied to do anything at all to their building?
And Adam Montgomery's asking, if this electric factory comes and I keep bugging for a job, will I be charged with battery?
With assault. I like it. You have my kind of humor, Adam. I like that. That's they all groan when the mayor talks like that too. So, but I keep them laughing all day. So
I think Margaret's on a 1-0 here, so that's also digital.
Any other quick questions? And otherwise, we'll let Graydon go back to his family on his kind of working vacation. And watching your pictures more than listening to you, right? But fantastic pictures. It's
been incredible. Like to get up by Parliament and get the drone up there and get
ones brought back some good old memories of me. I used to have a spot out back behind the library. One of your first pictures was from the other side there. I love that spot. There's a gazebo back there where I might have snuck a cigar or two from time to time while in Parliament, but it's brought back a lot of memories seeing some of your pictures.
Yeah, no, it was so cool. It's such a beautiful day. And I was going to sleep the whole day. And then I saw the light in the morning. I was like, no, I got to get out. I got to capture these things.
Yeah. Well, apparently Candace needs you back for some reason, your drone. I can make one more comment tonight. I received a nice little note today from Phil Bell. For those of you who know Phil Bell and Shutter Studios, it's his 20th anniversary this week. And I think I remember when Phil went off on his own to become a photographer, and it was neat to see kind of a collage with the picture of Mayor Joe in it too. But Phil, first of all, way to go. It's tough to walk out on your own and become an entrepreneur and say, I'm going to own a business. But to survive 20 years, you and Vanessa in that business, way to go. I just wanted to recognize you as the mayor of St. Thomas. That's the type of entrepreneurial spirit that keeps this community growing the way we're looking at it. So, Phil, congratulations.
Absolutely. And it's the way entrepreneurs work together as well. Like, so Candace Van Diepen, she's asking me to come back because she's got a bunch of footage for me to shoot. So I've got to get back to St. Thomas so I can get my drone up in there and do all these drone pieces. So that's there. And it's great to work with Candace. It's great to work with other people in St. Thomas. It's a collaborative atmosphere, which I love.
It is. And how many times do I get asked or you get asked, hey, who can do this?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, I know 3 people, but I think this guy's got more jobs right now. right? And so we share great information, and competitors aren't always mean competitors. They're good competitors. If you can take a job, you'll take it. If someone else can do it because you're busy, then that's the person to give it to. It's just that many more successful businesses in our community if we work that way.
Absolutely. And shout out to Corey Gardner, who did the photography for the wedding of your stepson.
That's right. Corey Gardner did. It was great to see Corey out there practicing that trade too, and doing it too. We had a lot of fun with Corey with the pictures, and you know how good a photographer is. If he makes me look good, he's a really good photographer. So we'll take that. Right? And Adam says it also. There's a lot of outside sources, whether they're contractors or skilled trades or whatever else, come to St. Thomas and all say, "Wow, this is a fun place to work. Maybe we should set up shop here and never leave." So we're happy with the atmosphere and attitude. And I want to say one more thing, and I know you have to get going. The home show this week, I met. Of course, a whole lot of people know Mary Jo, and that's fantastic. But I met a lot of people who are fairly new to St. Thomas. A year, 18 months, 2 years have been in St. Thomas and came from across Canada, mostly, and everywhere, Toronto, Hamilton, Belleville, right? And they think St. Thomas is the most special place they've ever got to. And as the mayor, that makes me smile. We do a great job here, so perfect, right? But keep doing it. You're impressing the people that have chosen St. Thomas, right, rather than were born here. And I like to say that. I chose St. Thomas some 32 years ago, and a number of people have done the same thing. But the spirit of St. Thomas influences them maybe more than someone who was born here and has lived here their whole life. But let's all continue to be that friendly.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Let's just call it that way and say thank you to all of you, and thank you for tuning in to Mayor's Update. If you've tuned in tonight and could share, tell people that you had tuned in tonight so that more people watch the show through the rest of the week. It really helps us, Graydon and I, get more questions that we have to answer. So please, thank you, Faye. Keep choosing St. Thomas, but choose Mayor's Update as a way of having this open forum, a way of talking about what's happening in our community.
Absolutely. And if you get a chance, there's a couple more shows of drinking habits that aren't sold out, but there's only like a small number of tickets left up until Sunday. So go to the Elgin Theatre Guild, grab your ticket, and go enjoy an amazing show. From what I've heard, it's been phenomenal. They're sponsoring us as well. But the Princess Ave Theater. It's a fantastic place.
Excellent.
All right, everyone.
Thanks.
Have a great night. Thanks again, Mayor Jo.
Thanks, Graydon. Talk to you this